the Cool Bears TV, where we get to analyze the best political analysts. We take, we comment, we bring you all the best so that you guys you can get to know the truth about what is happening in our country, about what is disturbing people out there, what is making people being frustrated, what is destroying people's life. Because if we don't analyze, then these politicians they'll keep on destroying us. If we don't analyze about what is happening in the country, the politicians will keep on taking advantage of us. So it is in that order we have to focus, to take a time to sit down and realize about everything that is happening around in the country. Once again, welcome to Cool Bears TV. Yes, for reason why EFF leader Julius Malema and his people don't trust the South African police service. It is very important, you guys, why they never compliment each other in a good way. Why it is all about throwing each other stones every time. Why EFF and his people they never really see the South African in it that dignity or to give them that respect that a police deserve. Is it there has to do with something between the leaders, which is Minister Becky Tele and the president value each other? Police supposed to be someone that when you see him, you respect them. For an example, have a look in America. Americans, when they see a military, when they see a police, they salute because they see that these people are there to protect us, to take good care of us, to make sure that our things they are well also protected. But the moment when American police start killing black people, obviously we know that people have now lost that respect for the American police. That also is what is happening in South Africa as we speak. If you can see now, people of South Africa losing trust in the police is because there is something wrong somewhere there. And we are going to split it down for you in this video so that you can get to understand why see a crime being committed, and yet instead of you relying on the police to wait for the police to arrest the right people and bring them to the court, you decide to hire your own private investigators. Guys, that is a very strong message that the EFF leader Julius Malema is sending out there. Yes, because there's no way that you'll try to ignore the police service and yet you have to provide your own. So we are going to try to dig a little bit down to make you guys understand why. Yesterday, for those who did not know, you saw the video that I posted yesterday. The EFF with Julius Malema decided to hire their own private investigators so that they'll go and try to arrest the people who had kidnapped Hilary Gadi and who killed Hilary Gadi. And yet, if you are following this case closely, you'll see that Hilary Gadi, there are 3 suspects who have been arrested. All this time, we did not know that these 3 arrested were made. Of course, it was police who present us that the police arrested 3 suspects in Hilary Gadi's murder. EFF with Julius Malema, that the one who hired their own private investigators, they start following that case from the beginning when Hilary disappeared. When Hilary was kidnapped, they hired these private investigators, taking research in order for them to catch the kidnappers. Unfortunately, by the time when they find Hilary, she was dead already. She was no more alive. So here, I don't know, who should we, as a people of South Africa, who should we give the credit? Because it is not police who arrested these 3 suspects. We're talking about Philemon Lukele and these other his colleagues. Instead, it is EFF with his private investigators that the one who went and tried to arrest these people. So now the question is, what job did police do in all this? If you can't really provide the service that you're supposed to do with their belonging, why Julius Malema with his people have to go and hire private investigators while there's a police service there? This could be supposed to be something very simple, like they kidnap your daughter, you go to the police, you open the case, and the police, they follow up and they bring out, they find your daughter, or maybe they bring up the people who had committed the crime. But why they have to go in the private way? Obviously, it is a sign of showing that the South African police service is failing us. The South African police is they had to take things in their own hands, and yet is proving this, the way, for the fact that they have decided to take things in their hands, it is bringing them to the point of them understanding that they are winning, because they managed at least to arrest 3 people. And according to the EFF leader Julius Malema yesterday, when he was briefing the presser in the office, he says that it only remains for them to find out who came up with the idea to kill this young lady. But before we get to that, I need to give you some of the reasons why EFF don't trust the South African police service. Before we continue, please hit that like button, support your brother. I really do appreciate. If you have not subscribed to the channel, do subscribe to the channel, because here we bring you the best analytics about what is happening in the country. We try to open your eyes so that you can get to see things that politicians, they don't want us to see. So guys, the first things here that make EFF not to believe in South Africa police. One, police are corrupt. The whole system of police is being corrupted. Freedom fighter, right? Freedom fighter. So they are opposition political party, and their job is always be there to tell things that the current government don't want people to know. So they are there to reveal certain of the secrets that is happening in the government. And that is the reason why you always see they never get along. Whenever they are in the parliament, or whenever they are doing the meetings, they never get along. It is all about like, oh no, South African, that look what ANC is doing, they are failing you, as we can do better. That is the job of them. Like, they are doing the job so far, they are fine on the side. Now, SAPS, South African Police Service, what is the job? Are them also going to be as a political party, or they have to be something else? Well, of course, if you Google, you find out that a police is not a someone's belonging, or private sector where you know that there's someone there who owe police. No, a police, the boss of police, it is me and you, the population. A police, it's someone supposed to be neutral, who don't take the order from someone, or do this or don't do that, or arrest this one or don't arrest that. That is not the job of a police. A police is someone supposed to be more natural, because their job is to make sure that they protect us, also to make sure that they protect also our belongings, our life when it is in danger. Police have to be there to secure, to make sure that we are more protected. But unfortunately, that is not happening so far in this country. So for that reason, it had really makes a lot of people start feeling like police, they're not doing their part, because police, they become corrupt. Criminals who are supposed to be at the court, there are people that police protecting. There are people that police is hiding. There are people that police is covering, so that they must not go and answer. Opposition party, they end up understand that this police is being corrupt. Corrupt by who? By individuals who are working in the government, by the individuals who have power. And these people, they are telling the police what to do and what not to do. So for that reason, they felt like they can't really rely on this kind of the police service, because the job that they're giving, it is nothing. They understand that the police, instead of being neutral, it become more closer to the government, it come more closer to ANC. And that's the reason why you see people who, they have shared themselves all these big posts, and they know how to manipulate and use to it. And for that reason, EFF, they feel like no, they can't really rely on that. Another reason that make EFF not to trust this police, it is the case of Senzo Meyiwa. Guys, let us focus a little bit about that. Senzo Meyiwa died 8 years ago, 8 good years. As I was saying in one of my videos, that if you have to give birth to a child in 2014, by now I believe this child will be a grown person. He or her will be going to school. You can send them, you can give them an assignment, they will do it, because 8, it is a lot. So now imagine losing your son, imagine losing a person who's loved by people, someone like a Senzo Meiwa, because remember, was doing very good by then when he was killed. Now, since then, this case could not start because the police, the South African police, failed to find the criminal who had assassinated Senzo Meiwa. But when we look, all of us, this has nothing to do with EFF or whoever. When we look, all of us, we have a clear idea to get to understand who could be the real killer of Senzo Meiwa. Even if this person, they are not the one who killed Senzo Meiwa, but they have a very good explanation. These are the same people supposed to be answering in the court. We waited for 8 years until when Bekitele came to power for him to say that no, he has 5 guys and these people that they want to kill Senzo Meiwa. Now we look the background of these 5 suspectors, and something is fishy, something is not making sense, and someone is not telling us the truth about the death of Senzo Meiwa. So we see the whole drama, the way it is being built. Now that the prosecutor, the case has started in the court, we now seeing how the South African police is trying to fight the defending advocate, Tefo Malisela, for defending these 5 suspectors. And the whole thing is that they see Tefo Malisela become as someone who come to reveal the secret, since he's a former policeman. So they feel like, okay, this person might come and destroy us, and they start fighting him. Now the way they're fighting him, they even make things more visible, to the point that everyone, they will have to understand that something's not right here. These people, they're hiding something, because if they don't have nothing to hide, there's not any reason why they should fight advocate Malisela Tefo like this. They make him arrest in front of people, in front of the camera, in the court. Imagine if children were sitting home and to see the video that, hey, come and see, your dad is here, is being arrested in the court in the working uniform. How was that gonna look like? Obviously, we all understand by then, like, the police service, they don't want to cooperate. They don't with the population. They don't want population to get to know who really killed Senzo Meiwa. So with all this, send a strong message to the EFF with his leader Julius Malema. So they feel like, okay, these people, they take 8 years for them to bring the suspect to the court, and when this time arrives, they bring the wrong people to the court instead of bringing the right people. The guy was kidnapped. The EFF, they was like, no, we can report this matter to the police, but we don't trust this police. We are not too sure if they will really give us the proper service. What can we do? Guys, before I continue, please like the video. I really do appreciate. Like the videos. Give me also your thoughts in the comment section. I'll really do appreciate that. So the EFF, they were like, okay, what can we do? Then they decide to hire the private investigators, so that these private investigators, they'll start follow EFF with Julius Malema. They feel like, wow, we now need to go to the bottom of this with these private investigators. We need now to know who had committed this crime, who had killed this young lady. A future was still bright. She had to leave a parent, she had to leave a daughter. Who commit this kind of crime? So they told these private investigators so that they will go ahead until the end to make sure that they arrest these people. And they start following up the lead. So now here, we're now having 2 leads, which is the South African Police Service and the EFF, Economy Freedom Fighter. They had also their own kind of like a own police, which was operating at the same time.
So this one goes to the left, this one goes to the right, so that they'll try to find out who commit this crime and arrest these people. But guess what? Guys, honestly speaking, if this police was more professional, they're the one who's supposed to arrest these three suspects. But unfortunately, that did not happen. The private investigators that EFF had hired, that the one who end up finding or arresting these three suspects. They find, they got the proof, evidence, and everything, and then they're like, okay, now we have to limit ourselves. We need to obey or cooperate with the law, so we don't need now to engage ourselves like a police because they'll feel like we are breaking the law. So let's call the police and give them the evidence and the proof so that they'll do the job. That is how you get to see these three suspects appearing to the court. For those who listened to EFF leader Julius Malema yesterday, he said among these three suspects, they managed to arrest two of them. Now the question is, if a political party have to start doing their own investigation in order for them to arrest the criminal, what is the job of the police? Isn't it now you get to understand the reason why the EFF leader Julius Malema, with his people, they don't want to rely on South African's police service? Because, guys, it's not only them. I believe even you, the person who's watching this video, you have come across the poor service from this police. They answer, but for them to arrive where you are, that's another thing. Or either you are being accused wrongly by this police because they feel like, okay, the story that you are telling them, it does not make sense, so what they're imposing you is what makes sense. So I believe each one of us, they have a bad experience from this police. So obviously, clever as they are, EFF, Julius Malema, and these people, they had to understand that we can't really rely on this police, and they're putting a lot of pressure on this police. In that press conference he had yesterday, Julius Malema, he says they don't want these things, this case of Hillary Gadi, to take for so long as we saw with this one. How do you call this one? What is the name again? Senzo Meiwa case. They said we don't want that. We want these things to go quick. We want these things to go very soon, so that the people who are guilty, they can be sentenced, whether it is to death or to what, but they must just be in jail already. And he says you don't want these things of like you arrest someone, you put them in jail while the court is still going there, and the court take like 5 years. After 5 years, the person is supposed to serve like 8 years or 10 years. You find out that they're not even gonna last in the in prison because they have served most of the sentence in jail. So he says they want the court to bring them to resume as soon as possible, so that these people who who had committed this crime, if they are guilty, they can go straight to jail and serve there when things they're still fresh. He insists on that. So that is supposed to work, whereby if you arrest someone, judge them as quick as possible. I know one of the country around here in Africa continent, whereby if they arrest you today, they are going to judge you the same day. Guys, imagine they arrest you today. If you are lucky enough, they might judge you the following day, but they'll arrest you today, they judge you the same day. If you are guilty, you're gone. You are gone. So now these things of taking 8 years, 5 years, and the person that free out there, I mean, look, can you imagine how is the Senzo Mewa family feeling right now? And many more victims. You guys, you had listened to the interview that I had posted for you for of advocate Malisela Tefo, when he says that about 66% of South Africans are being victims from the police service because of the poor that police is I mean, because of the poor service that police is giving these people. And these people end up becoming victims. Whether you were right or not, you end up becoming victims. Guide, I mean, on this police. They said that they don't want police just to come and bring to the court for them to come and find later on that no police have brought wrong people to the court. They want to make sure that police bring the right people to the court, not like in Senzo Mewa's case where people like no, these are the wrong people. And yet so far, if you look in Senzo Mewa's case, police have not proved any real killer, because that's the only fight you see between Advocate Marcelo Tefo and the police, to make us look like we are unprofessional, we are not doing our job properly. But it is the truth after all, because even us who are like observers, we can see and we can smell something fishy going on in Senzo Mewe's case. Very soon, the truth is going to come out. Very soon, we are going to find out. One of these people that are walking free out there, they'll tell us the truth. Don't worry. Because right now, we don't know what they're going through. Maybe they're being threatened. Maybe they're being like, they threat their life, like if you try to speak, we're gonna kill you, or we're gonna kill your family. But one of these days, one of them, they'll explore, and the truth is gonna come out. And that's the reason why oh God, I can't wait. That's the reason why I keep on saying that I see in Senzo Meyo's case some head office in the police service, they'll follow down. Yes, they'll follow down. I see some people crying. I see some officers, they'll retire or resign. I mean, they'll resign from the duty only just because they play a part in Senzo Meyo's case. Yes, I see some of them going in jail. Guys, please do like the video. I will really do appreciate it. Please do like the video. Please do like the video. Support your brother. I will really do appreciate. Do also subscribe to the channel if you have not subscribed yet, because here we bring you the best analytics. So I see some people crying over that. Some people will regret for keeping the secret, because the secret is not that far. Yes, it's just that spirit, that I don't know what is, I don't know how much money some of these officers were corrupted of. So we are going to find out very soon. It's just a matter of time. Very soon, we are going to know who committed that crime, who killed Senzo Meyo. We are going to find out about it. So guys, now you understand the reason why EFF can't trust the South African Police Service. And these reasons, obviously yourself, deep down your heart, you know that it makes sense. Yes, corruptions, crime, poor service, Senzo Mewa case. These are enough reasons that can make anyone to believe that the South African Police Service is failing us. It's failing us. I remember, let me tell you guys something that happened to me one day. I was visited by a thief who came. They want to steal in the house. So obviously we are not a long procedure. So I did not know what to do by then. But I tried to show a sign of showing these people that there is someone inside the house. In case if they want to come, I might shoot. I just say like that, hey, if you come inside, I'm gonna shoot at you. And I could hear also these people answering me from the outside. They were like, oh, you want to die very young, eh? Okay, fine, we're coming. Then I went crazy. I'm like, oh my God, I'm in trouble. So, like enough, I rush. I call the police service. Like they can come, maybe, just to help out. And you're like, hey, hello, okay, we are on our way. Okay, fine. I keep on waiting. I keep on waiting. I keep on waiting. After 1 hour, like 30 minutes, the police are arriving. Now, since they knew that it was all about include someone trying to be robbed, instead of them stopping by my house, they just decide to ring that hood from the street, like woo, 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 and they pass on. I believe by then, because I was from the inside the house, I could not see what was happening outside the house. So later on, I had a friend of mine who's a police. I asked, Hey, why do you guys, like, when you are going the same when they called you to go and do your job, instead of stopping and try to find out, you just have to ring that your bell and run away and come after a few minutes? And this lady, she told me that no, this police, they do like this because they are running away in case if it is those gangs who have guns, they don't want to face them because they might get killed. I'm like, wow, okay. So if the police now, guys, you have to be afraid of engaging themselves in fight in order to protect us as citizens, what is the use of them then? Because as far I know, in my knowledge, unless if I'm wrong, someone might correct me, I only know that police, the job is to protect us with our belonging. So if I feel like my life is in danger, then I call for your service and you can't be able to provide me with your service. What is the use of it? So here, obviously, on my point of view, with all what I just explained to you as my experience, I believe the EFF with the leader Julius Malema, they are right. They are just being honest. They could not be able to rely on this poor service from the police. Yes, they knew already that if you have go, how many of you guys, let's be honest, how many of you have reported different matters or tried to open case at the police station, and until now you never get any call back like, okay, look, we've been following up your case, this is how far we are? How many of you? I believe you are uncountless. So obviously the police have lost the trust in South African people. If they want to regain the trust, it is very simple. There's no magic about that. If they want to regain the trust from the South African people, the first thing they must remember who they are. Yes, they have to know that they're supposed to be natural and not to be to accept to be led by someone or by a political party. They're supposed not to let themselves be influenced by different people. That is number one things that police should do. Secondly, they must chase all these corrupt police. There's so many. When it is in the head office, especially there, those one who are sitting the nice climatized officers. When they sit in those office, they feel like, wow, they are now there, they have reached there, they are not suffering of anything. Those people, they must clean them out because they are corrupt. As long corrupt is still existing, I mean, as long corruption is still existing in the police service, guys, we'll keep on receiving the poor service each and every time. We'll keep on complaining. We'll raise up the matter, but we're never gonna get the answer because the whole system is corrupt. So as long we they try, they don't want to stop being corrupt. That is it. Thank you, Toral. Thank you, Thomas. That is it. So they have to stop the corruption between police and clean all these people that we suspect they are wrong. Starting from the head office, we going down. You guys, for those who have not watched this interview, I invite you, click on my profile picture. It is gonna send you to my profile. Obviously, you'll see the videos that I upload about the interview Malisela Tefo had. He says that these police are corrupt, like in the way that you're not gonna believe. And why not believing Marcela Tefo? Because this is the man who used to be a police. He's been there. He knows what he's talking about. He knows what he's been talking about. The guy even says that he had more than 128 misconduct case that police had opened against him. Where have you seen that? 100 misconduct. Hey, you have done this. Hey, you have done that. Obviously, when you are working in a system which is well corrupt, and you want to remain on the right side, you want to remain on the justice side, you want to remain on the side that can do good for your people, they'll always try to fight you so that they'll take you down. And seeing Malisela Tefo having more than this 100 and something misconduct case in the police service, Obviously, it's because they were saying like, this person, if I leave him next to me, it's gonna destroy me. If I leave him doing this, it's gonna reveal everything's out. So each one of you have a testimony, have a history to tell about good and bad of this police. And for them, if they want to really regain our trust, they have to do what is right. They have to change the way of doing things. Never, never gonna be able to win South Africans' trust again. Especially with all these dramas that we are currently seeing. Because when I give you this evidence or these 4 points I mentioned here about Julius Malema and these people, the reason that they really motivate them not to rely on this police. Obviously, even you too, you will agree with me that no, these people, they are right. They are right. Who knows, maybe before the moment when Hillary got kidnapped, the parent, maybe they had opened the case already, but they feel like maybe there were a bit of a delay on the police side, and they were like, okay, in order for us to find our daughter alive, we need to hire our own private investigators. Guys, that is a, I'm telling you, in any developed country, that is a sign, shows that something's wrong somewhere. There's no way. I don't need to go and hire a private investigators in order for them to investigate on something which supposed to be the police job. So I mean, that is the thing. We supposed not to go and make sure that okay, we have to go and hire this, so we don't need to go do and try to do the job for some other people while they're getting paid from our tax money and everything. I mean, that does not make sense. That does not make sense. The police got paid from your money, from my money. That is where the salary is coming from. And the only things they can do for us is giving us a good service, a service that we can be happy with, a service that we can be proud of. We need to feel that we are protected and not feel like we're being neglected to the point that we have to start taking the matter in our own hands. I hope this video will really motivate you to understand some of the important things that our police protects our people. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for taking your time to watch this video until now. If you have not subscribed to the channel, do subscribe to the channel, because we are here just trying to help each other. We are here trying to have a better and easy understanding of matter, because politicians, are people that we can't rely on them. It is your votes. Once they get the votes from you, tomorrow they will change the color. They're not going to be able to even remember that this is the same person I used to walk on the neighborhood streets, like we're busy playing soccer, we're doing this. No. Politicians, they have only one thing in mind: having power. And once they wear that power suit on them, that's why you see someone, before they become a politician or before you vote them, they're simple. You can even meet with them somewhere in tavern, you share a bottle of a black label. You go somewhere, you eat kota. You go somewhere, you eat uputsu. You share their hands together, but once they wear that suit, I'm telling you, even the English accent will even change. Can't you see some of us, people are busy judging us whether you are a South African, you are what? I don't know what does that have to do with what I'm saying. My problem is not even about my English accent or what. Instead, my problem is the message that I'm carrying in my videos. I speak the language that, if you find it that it is a broken English for you, I don't care. I don't care. English is not my mother tongue. People who speak English, they don't know my mother tongue. So why should I go and try to profanize myself in the language that is not my mother tongue? No, guys, let us grow. Let us grow. That is the reason why We are killing, we are destroying each other. Instead of supporting your brother, you sit in the comment, you trying to find a way to uh, to pull them down. See the mentality. Instead of focusing on the matter that makes sense. Here we're talking about how these people are using us, how these people are stealing from us, how these people are coming to us and try to destroy us. You sitting there, you have to think like, no, is he a South African? Is he a foreigner? What is that has to do with? Grow up, grow up. You don't need to pull your brother down. Grow up. Grow up, guys. Grow up, guys. Mm? Grow up. Should focus on our local language. Should focus on the message that we share in everything. So we should know how to build each other and not to sit and try to start discussing on matter that does not even make sense or matter that does not even bring anything that will benefit us from anything. By the way, my time is up for today. Thank you to everyone who had watched this video. And yes, Manzi, yes, you are right. It is not about English. It's not about English. Go and ask these Americans or British or whoever, those who speak those language. Go and ask them. Do they know our home language, our mother language? Do they know? Do they know Zulu? Do they know Sut or Tswana? No, they are not even interested. So why should you come and sit instead? If I'm using English, obviously it's just for me to pass my message. Whether I speak in a good accent or bad, it does not matter. It does not matter. The only things you should focus is to listen to what I have to say. If it makes sense, then you stay and subscribe to the channel. Give us your thumbs up, which we will really do appreciate. And instead of you sitting and okay, no, why that? No, guys, come on, come on. Come on, that is something that is pulling us back. We are not growing up, we are not supporting each other, we are not trying to deal with the real matter. Instead, we are trying to distract ourselves of what that one say, what is he wearing, or what, we don't have time. I mean, we don't have enough time, you know which is not, we don't really have time from that. We don't have time, serious. Yes, I mean, you nationality, I'm in. Yes, you can give me any nationality as long you don't give me Americans or Pakistan. As long I have this color, give me any nationality, Nigerian, Zimbabwean, Mozambican. As long I have this color, I am proud to take it. South Africans, DRC, any color, I mean any country that you prefer to choose to give me, I'm up for it because I'm having this color. Yes, and I'm so proud for that. So anyway, guys, it was just to cheese up and trying to respond to some of the comment, of course, that I'm seeing coming through, and that does not really matter. Yeah, the most important thing is that we are here. We are we are busy trying to help each other and try to deal with what politicians are trying to make us feel like it's good while things are not being good. So thank you so much for taking your time to watch. Before you leave, don't forget to subscribe to the channel because we are here to bring you the best analytics. We are here to open your eyes. You need to understand because these people, as I said, they are taking advantage of us for the fact that we let them take advantage of us. If we can remain focused, if we can remain united, if we can be able to say no when they are lying to us, then you'll understand that no one will follow you. And a lot of things will change in this country. Of course, around all over Africa. Because what we're talking or what is happening here is not only things that are happening in South Africa. Instead, it is happening almost everywhere. Everywhere in Africa. Police. Aye, aye. So guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for the next videos in the few hours to come, and God bless you all. For now, be good, be kind, you know Have respect for everyone in order for you to be respected. I'll see you again very soon. Ciao, ciao.